Well, down 66 for the Nifty, Bank Nifty down 80 odd points, and the mid-cap index is starkly underperforming. So that index itself is down over 260 points at this point. Advanced decline ratio still weak. Devang Mehta, Head of Equity Advisory at Centrum Wealth Management, joins in now. Devang, hi, welcome to the show. I'm sure you're getting a lot of questions from your clients on a lot of these mid-caps which are down. Case in point, Graphite, DHFL, even the frontline stocks such as India Bulls Housing Finance. What are you telling them?
Good morning, Ekta. Thanks for having me on the show. Clearly, I think there is one trend which has emerged, which we saw last year during July, August of 2018, that the market rally is getting more and more polarized, if I can call it as a market rally. So around 11,000 of Nifty, we have only 8 to 10 participants which are participating actively in the market rally. Otherwise, the overall market is very, I can say, sidelined. And we have seen bigger corrections among the mid-cap and small-cap stocks. If at all there is a bit of corporate governance or a debt issue with the promoters or a pledging issue, we have seen big cuts in the stock prices, and also it has not bounced back with any sort of confidence. So our sense here is that when quality is available, though it can be at little bit of premium, why not go in and hunt quality which comes with I can say a good night's sleep and good stress adjusted returns during such trying times. So rather than venturing out into the market and doing some sort of adventures, we suggest that there are better quality stocks where earnings have come good, where expectations are also good, probably hunt there more than getting into the space which is more, I can say, just corrected and with no sort of fundamental backing it.
Okay. Devang, let's talk about three names that you've liked for a while, that you still like, right? All are at the top end of their respective sector valuations by a mile, right? I mean, let's begin with Havells. Gravity-defying valuations. But what do you, how do you assess prospects for Havells? Let's begin there briefly. Let's touch upon these three.
Yeah, so I think clearly what I feel about Havells is that this is one type of a company which is sort of market leader. Our entire theses of buying businesses are more centered around companies being market leaders in their own segment, as well as some of them are even market share gainers or monopolistic or oligopolistic type brands. So of course, Havells fits in this category to a larger extent, being into wires, cables, into consumer electronics, also via Lloyd acquisition, plus all the segments of this companies have been doing exceedingly well. And if you listen to the management commentary, there have been margin growth as well, and also the volumes have ticked highly. The revenues have seen good traction the last 3-4 quarters, while the market has been sensing that this type of businesses have not seen any traction. If you look at other companies, other competitors, this is one business which has done exceedingly well. Of course, as you rightly said, the valuations will always remain premium for this type of businesses. So Havells has been our top pick since long, and we still continue to sort of back it.
Okay, that's on Havells. But what's the concept behind Page? Punchy valuations there as well. It's corrected, but nonetheless.
I think here is clearly a demand story which has corrected big time from say 35,000-36,000 rupees. The stock corrected to around say 22. This correction gave us an opportunity which to buy a business which we always wanted to buy, and sort of I did not have the wherewithal to buy it at this sort of valuations which are sort of sky high. I think there is a clear story getting here, a type of the replacement demand, if I talk about, or in any terms that the Indian consumer is getting more and more choosy about the pricing power or rather the brand that he is wearing. And I think clearly this is again a consumption play, more to do with rural as well as urban consumption and urbanization that is happening. So we feel that this is one business which probably from here on can also appreciate at least by 25-30%, if not more.
And we come to the third one, which is Pidilite. Devang?
Yeah. So again, no marks for guessing that has always sort of been a monopolistic or an oligopolistic type of player in its own industry. A lot of people and a lot of businesses tried to sort of replace the flagship brand as well as the other brands that the company is right now in. But there has been typically market share gains over the last even 7-8 years, if I can talk about. And with the pricing power to the fore, and with even raw material pressure like crude, when crude was at 85, the company was not at all pessimistic. And with this quarter numbers being a bit of a laggard, the company has seen a bit of correction, say around 7-8% correction. For such businesses, if you even get a 8-10-12% correction, it fits the bill. And my sense is that with building materials coming to the fore, all my companies, a couple of companies which I talked about, Havells and Pidilite will be the best sort of play to play the building material boom if you don't want to play real estate. So I think this again qualifies as a good building material adhesive play and a monopolistic type of advantage.
Devang, fair enough. Pidilite, Havells, Page, three ideas that you spoke about. Any thoughts on Sun TV and the way it's going? It's a big gainer today. Results have been strong.
I think it's a beaten down stock, of course, can be looked at into some portfolios, but we are not playing media that big time as the results normally are very volatile during certain season. It's a seasonal sort of an impact that comes into such businesses, and with a lot of headwinds rather than tailwinds facing the industry in terms of DTH, in terms of cable, I think it's not the best of the businesses to be in. But of course, as I said, the stock has corrected big time, and somebody wanting to have exposure into this type of businesses can probably look at this levels or lower levels as well.
Okay, all right, Devang, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So that's the view coming in on the fundamentals from Centrum Wealth Broking. We need to take a break now with the news that there's no recovery in the market, stock-specific declines continue. Up next, we will get you more stocks in focus. Stay tuned.